It's Al Cole from CBS Radio, host of the syndicated talk show People of Distinction, cluing you in that in our 21st century, I'll tell you, products and services are sold through video. That's right, so sell it through video at Al Cole Enterprises and SAG 14 Production Company. You got it, and right now you got it too. Enjoy another outstanding audio clip from our international guest list featuring my son, the fantastic Benji Cole, on People of Distinction.
And on the line with us today, we have Shavonne M. Pritchard. We'll be discussing her fantastic book, Emotions, Life's Journey. Now, guys, that's the main book that's on the docket today, okay? And that's really what we're going to spend the majority of our time focusing on. But keep in mind, that's not the only book that Shavonne has written. So there's two other titles that I'm going to mention. And the first one is called Too Many to Love, followed by the sequel to that called Just Not Enough to Love. Now, all of the books are available through Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, pretty much wherever books are sold, okay? So make sure that you're heading on over there and you're picking up copies of each and every one of them. You know, and I will say, Shavonne was brought to our network today by some of the best movers in the business. Ingress Advertising Publishing. So if you have a book that you'd like moved, do yourself a favor and contact Ingress. You can find out more information on them at ingressadvertising.com. So without further ado, let's jump right in. So you have a law background, but yet you're a creative writer because you have this book as well as two others. First and foremost, what inspired you to switch from law to being a creative writer?
I actually have the gift of gab ever since I was a little girl, and I'm always inquisitive about everything. So I was loving law, loving the criminal aspect of everything. But then I wanted to work with the FBI, but then I started writing my poems and little short stories, and then all of a sudden I said, you know what, I think writing is my niche. That's my career now.
Sticking with the concept of inspiration, but moving a little bit more in depth and closer to emotions, but specifically with regards to poetry, how did you get started with that?
Actually, it was a high school project, believe it or not. I never wrote poems before, and my teacher was like, okay, we're going to do some poetry today, and whatever you feel is in your heart, just write a poem about it. And at the time, I had a crush, one of the jocks in high school. And as a nerd, I'm like, okay, I know he's not going to pay any attention to me. So what can I do to, get that little push? And I just started writing a simple, cute little poem, and that drew his attention.
Shavonne, listen, without further ado, Emotions, Life's Journey. Tell us a little bit more about your book.
Mm-hmm. It is a cute little short book. It's 50 pages, and it has 4 different categories of what I felt was important in one's life. You have love poems, hate poems, Lord have mercy poems, which is my favorite, and inspirational poems as well.
Listen, you can't drop a bomb like that and not have me go into it. Lord have mercy poems. What does that entail?
So when certain things happen to you or you see something, interesting in life, for example, if you're at work and someone goes, someone just, went into the bathroom and just, made a mess. And instead of saying, oh my gosh, what's happening, you're going to say, Lord have mercy, and then follow that up with, everything else. Mm-hmm. Or if something happens, tragically, such as someone passing away from the pandemic, a relative of yours or a friend, and someone says, oh, such and such just passed away, and you're like, oh, Lord have mercy. And so it coincides with everyday life, and I say it nearly 20 times a day.
It's Al Cole from CBS Radio, host of the syndicated talk show People of Distinction, cluing you in that in our 21st century, I'll tell you, products and services are sold through video. That's right, so sell it through video at Al Cole Enterprises and and SAG 14 production company. You got it, and look forward to enjoying other outstanding audio clips from our international guest list featuring my son, the fantastic Benji Cole, on People of Distinction.